Bitcoin hoodie guy coming back here with another Caspa video.
Mike Tyson, the like and subscribe button.
Well, thanks for that, Mike. So I know a lot of people like to refer to Caspa as the silver to Bitcoin's gold. But silver, if you'd have bought in 1980 here at $35, you still wouldn't be back above that. So for 44 years, now there's plenty of times you can have bought and you'd be up now. But when you compare that to gold you could have bought at any time and you'd been up, and you can see that the gold chart looks way better. Now let's look at the inflation adjusted gold chart. That's what the gold, if you take an inflation, then it's not really even above. It's just back to where it got in 1980. It shows you how much inflation there's been since 1980. But silver really hasn't been a great investment for most people. And are people really using silver as transactional currency? I don't think so. Now you got some big news. CZ posted this. The United Arab Emirates holds 40 billion in Bitcoin. Source. They got a source here. 3 hours ago, lots of people are sharing that. Right here, UAE reaches new milestone in the impressive Bitcoin holdings. The United Arab Emirates makes a significant move into the cryptocurrency space, reaching an impressive 40 billion in Bitcoin holdings. So we'll see if that's actually true or not. Now, another thing is that this video popped up, and it's the Honey Chrome extension where it finds you deals, and like Mr. Beast, almost all the top YouTubers were talking about it, promoting it. And what would happen is that Honey was actually ripping them off, because at the last minute, if you clicked on this pop-up that Honey had, they would end up taking the commission on the sell. And they have all sorts of other shady practices. Looks like the guy's going to have a second video that also is going to show how that Honey was doing bigger discount codes than some of the retailers wanted, it costing them a lot of money. It looks like that's what he's teasing for his next video. But Honey got purchased by PayPal, which is something I wanted to talk about because we went into farmers market and bought something, and they charged an extra 4% because for using a card. Now, sometimes you don't have cash on you. Kind of society in general is moving cashless. So those PayPal and all those credit card companies, Squares. There's also another thing is how part of the tipping culture in the United States is brought on by them. You use Square or whatever, you have some small restaurant has their little iPad they swing around to you, and they didn't come up with the software. But if you think about from Square's perspective, if they do $1 billion and they get an extra 10% increase because people tipped an extra 10%, even in places that don't normally tip, they made a lot of revenue. It looks like Visa's revenue is $5 billion, about 55% revenue. So, so either you have the retailer charge more, or their profits get cut into. So in some points, I just started really thinking about Caspa, because if we could have paid with Caspa, then we would have saved money and it wouldn't have cost the retailer anything. And so basically they're stealing from people, really, because they're either stealing from the consumer or they're stealing from the retailer, and it's not decentralized. And so I think there's going to be some, and obviously Bitcoin is going to soak up a lot of liquidity, and the store of value is actually more valuable than having a payment processor. But we need a decentralized version. It'll stop the robbing of money from retailers and consumers. And so I was at a party once, and this lady was bragging about having Visa or MasterCard stock. And I said, oh, you pick your own stocks. And I was going to talk about crypto a little bit. And she, oh, Bitcoin guys, I don't like them. But she was basically bragging about owning Visa stock. And it does provide some value, but at what cost? And now that we have decentralized computers, those fees will be much smaller, and they'll be going to people that are providing value for a decentralized network, not a centralized system that you can be shut off at a moment's notice. Or you could, if you're a retailer, you could have for several months down the road, someone can charge back a cost. So, with Caspa, there's 10-second finality time. So that was kind of a tangent. I was just thinking about that we don't know how it's going to shake out. We know that with 10 blocks per second, 100 blocks per second, the throughput, for the fast final settlement time, the decentralization. Those are everything that gets me excited about Caspa. I don't know how it's going to shake out. Right now, we do have the market dominance trending back up 1.29%. Bitcoin dominance down just a hair, just under 59%. You can see we're at 43 right now on CoinMarketCap. Hash rate 1.37 exahash, so that global hash rate is amazing. Fees taken in by miners, you can see 600,000, 100,000, about 80,000 Kaspa, so probably not too much going on in KRC20 land. So that's all I got. It's going to be interesting to see how this next 6 to 12 months work on this bull market. And I think Caspa's got a lot of special things going on. Whether it gets the attention and adoption and listings and everything it needs, we don't know. But it's doing the right things. And I think that we need that decentralized payment processing, and it'll benefit people. We'll be able to keep our money. Small businesses can keep their money. Consumers can keep their money. It doesn't go to a big giant corporation and their shareholders. So, and you also have a fixed supply thing that could, asset that can grow in value. So, thanks for watching. Have a good day.